6058. Okay, I just created one folder here. Fine. Is it okay, people? Yes. Right. So now, after this, after creating the folder, what you do is now open your VS Code. Okay, here. Open your VS Code. Now, from this file, open folder. Okay, from this file, open folder. What is the folder you have created right now? So you have created what? What is the folder name? It is a UI Development 6058, right? So select this folder. Okay, so now your VS Code will be opening from that particular folder. Okay, clear everyone up to this? So instead of creating a folder here and doing it, what you do, create the folder within the desktop. Okay, and after opening VS Code, what you need to do is just open the folder from that particular place. Okay, yes, clear up to this everyone? Just create one folder, and within that folder only you create all your websites. Okay, so all. So see here now, within this I have created all these things. Okay, so here we can add all the files. Okay, so the way of doing it is in this way. And now within this you can create one more new folder. Okay, you can create a new folder, or else you can create directly on the desktop also. However you want, you can create. Okay, let's consider that this particular folder name, I will give it as what? Basic HTML I have given. Okay, so this is a folder name. Right? Now under this folder, okay, under this folder, now you want to create a file. Okay, under this basic I'll just rename this one. Basic web page I have given some name of the folder. Now under this folder you can create a new file. Okay, I will give this as what? Web1 html.html. Okay, I'll just use the names in this way, so it will be easy for us. Web1 html.html, and in the same manner one more file. I'll help you, don't worry. Web1 css.css, because the what the extension for HTML would be .html. Okay, the extension for CSS would be .css. Okay, so if you think that this is little bit difficult for you, just remove this part. So just for your understanding, I am saying web1.html, but again it will be a difficult. Right. Web1 CSS, web1 html.html, like this. Okay, and in the same manner web1, maybe JavaScript if we are doing, then we will do as if now we will just go with these two. Okay, is it clear everyone? You can see here we have created this UI, and in this one folder has been created. folder only we have HTML as well as a CSS file. Okay. So you can create directly folder within the desktop. From there also you can open directly. No issues. Okay. Now, we can open our HTML. Any confusion in this? Any confusion? No, right? No, ma'am. So now what I will do, I will simply copy whatever we have created. Okay, so that is the basic structure of the HTML, right? Doc type HTML, we have a HTML tag. Under this we have the head tag, right? After that we also have the body tag, right? Like this. I am creating this whole HTML document, right? So it's the basic structure, right? So now, inside this one, okay, we need to provide few things. Okay, so if you have to connect with the CSS or this one, we need to provide few things over here. Okay, but as if now, first we are not going anything with the CSS. First, let us simply develop only the simple components within the HTML. Okay, so where do we write that? Where do we write that? We write within the body, right? So where do we write it? Within the body. Okay, what are the HTML elements? These HTML elements will help us to structure or to give what I can say it is going to define how exactly the content should look like, right? Whether it should be in the form of a button or whether it should be in the form of a heading or a paragraph, right? The structure, that part is going to be given by this HTML elements. So what are the different HTML elements we have? That we will do. Suppose, let's say you want to simply display this information here, like you can see, right? Previously we have this learning management system. So you have something like a learn and transform life. See here, this is like a heading and this is a simple paragraph we can assume, and this is the button, right? So these all things are going to define by the HTML elements. Okay, so what do we specify here? Now you want the heading to be added first. Let's consider. You want the heading to be added. Then what you will do? You will go here to the VS Code and you will simply keep something like a heading element. And what is that? It's the learn and transform life. Right? So this is the heading that we have. Right? So this I have added. When I add it and suppose let's say I just wanted to run this as well. Okay? You can just click on this run. Okay, can you see? Right? Learn and transform life. This has been added, okay, from the HTML. So this is kind of a heading element. Okay, it will be starting with what? H1. Like we have a lot of headings like H1, H2, H3, H4 up to H5 or H6 we have. But most of the time it is always preferable to go with a H1. Okay? Getting everyone? Yeah. So like this. So how you will run? You will simply go here and then you will say run without debugging and directly you will be able to see that part over here. Okay. Or else you can also do copy the path also. Okay, so here other way of running is like it will come on the top of the page, so it's better. You can copy the path, fine, and then you can go here to the new tab and then you can just click on
కాలు లోపలికి ఎట్టుకో వెనకేసుకోవాలి కొద్దిగా
can go over here.
థమ్స్ అప్ పోయి
So now you can see even in this way. You can just copy the path and then paste it in the new URL, right? So in this way also you can run and check what is the output. Okay, so that will be reflected over here. This is a simple HTML element.
ఒకటి లేరు
Right.
లేపా
So the heading is. So heading will by default have its what? Little bit. What we can say? It will have a little bit of font size 4. Fine. Now let's consider. What we will consider? Let's say we want to also go with the paragraph. Right. So now how will be the paragraph element? So now here you can see. From this
Ajit?
learning and management
Bad
system,
compa.
let's consider that here we have our paragraph.
Leda.
So let us just copy this one and then here I am adding. So where you will add? You will not add directly the text here after the start tag and then here you are going to add this particular part. Okay, now this is a paragraph. Paragraph means little bit the size will be less. Okay, compared to heading. Heading is the by default the size will be okay, per paragraph. But you can also change it. You can transform the size as well. Right. So now again go here and check. You just run it. Now you can see what even the paragraph element has also been added with some size. Right. Yes, people. So this is a simple paragraph element. Okay. This all the content we will write with in between start and end tag. This is a start tag, this is an end tag. Like this we have a paragraph. Now let's consider one more thing which is a button element. Okay. Now for button what we have here, we have something like a login. Right. This button we have. Now let's say I want to write even that as well. Okay, login. Now when I do this, just save this and go and refresh here. Okay, so this button element will be added over here for us. So that is a how. But by default, see here, each and everything like learn and transform life, these all things. Do they have any style? Do they have any style over here?
No, ma'am.
Right? There is no style. It's like a simply looking like a normal one. Right? So it's like when you are at home. Okay? So how you will be? It is looking like that. Right? But when you go to marriage or when you go to parties or maybe somewhere outside for vacation, right? So you won't be looking like this, right? So now we will have to add some kind of style for our web page. Okay, getting everyone? Do you want to do this or it's okay? You understood? Not an issue. Can I continue? You want to execute this one once? All of you?
Continue, ma'am.
Continue for Manasa.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Others? Yes. Is it okay? Can I continue? No issues, right? Yeah. I don't know. If you think that ma'am we want to execute once, please wait means I'll wait. Otherwise, maybe for those who are new to the front end. Okay, for them. Otherwise, no issues. Okay. So this is what we have added. Okay. Now, next let's try to now how we can add our CSS. Let's say now I want the heading to be in blue color, my paragraph to be in green color, my button element to be something like a red color or green color. right? Like this. I want to add some style for it. Okay. So then how we can add that style? That is by using CSS. Okay. So here we have added only the HTML part. Now we need to combine our HTML code with the CSS, right? So then what we need to do, how we can connect our HTML with the CSS, right? And what are the different things we need to do over here. Okay. Now, see here, first thing you need to observe here is, let's say, what I will keep here. Let's consider
Ranjit,
that for the
పోతురా?
heading element,
Ranjit,
okay, I want to give one color. Okay, I want to give one color. So, in case of CSS, now let's come to the CSS part. Okay, the cascading style sheet. So, here what we will do is, we have something like some attributes. Okay, like a class attribute we have ID. So, actually, those are like a selectors in the CSS. Class selector we will have ID selector as well as a tag selector. So these three things we have. Okay. Out of that, first I will explain you how this class attribute within the HTML will work and how that class selector within the CSS. How we can combine it this way. Suppose let's say I want to add some heading for my sorry, I want to add some change my heading color to green, something, right? So then what I will have to write down here, class equals to, okay, you can give some name for this one, like a heading element, something like this I'm giving here. Observe again, I'm not giving after the start tag, I'm giving in between only. Okay, h1. After that, some class attribute I'm giving here. We have ID as well as that also. So here, heading element I have added. Okay, class equals to heading element. Now, this particular heading element you can just copy, right, and go to your CSS and keep here as a dot and heading element. Now you can add your style. So this must be recognized, right? Learn and transform life. This must be recognized by the CSS. Okay. So how we can recognize or connect? So here I am specifying something like class.
గుర్తొస్తున్నానా
Equals to heading element. So when I give this, what happens? Heading element we are keeping within the CSS by keeping dot. Okay. You need to keep dot here and copy the class name over here in the CSS selector class.
ఇంకేరేమన్నా ఉంటాయి
And here you will write down whatever the styles you want to add.
నేను చూసిన ఎప్పుడన్నా
So for CSS we have lot of properties. Lot of properties are there. So out of that I will explain few properties in today's session. Okay. First, let's assume that we want to change the heading color. That is black. Okay. Suppose let's say I want to change it to green. Then you will use one property which is color property. It's a CSS property. Okay. Fine. So I'm saying like a color equals to green. Okay. So that means now automatically learn and transform life. This should automatically change into green color. Okay. Yeah. So fine. Let us check now. I have given simply like this. Let me check. I'll go over here and I'll check. Okay. Is it reflected?
నో
No.
No, ma'am.
Right. So why? Because
Connection
even exactly we have to give the connection for the HTML and CSS. We need to give here the connection. Then only it will try to take that. Even though you have written like this and all, still it doesn't work. So within the HTML and CSS, in order to connect that, we have something like a link tag. Okay. We have one tag that we will specify where within the head. I told we will provide the metadata within the head tag, right? So now here what we will keep is within the link. HTML. That file name you have to give. So it's a, what we will give here, href. We will use one attribute which is a href, but this one. So what is it? Web1 css.css. Okay, so this is the file name that we have given. Okay, this one we need to add, right? When you add it, then only it can be reflected. Okay, suppose let's try to refresh. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I gave no. Let me save this one. Let me save this one more time. Let us run.
Bro, current है कि ना?
So let us once again copy over here. Okay, can you see now? Right? The color has been changed. So it went into the green color. Okay. So like this, whatever the color you want, you can change. Fine. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope this is clear. Right. So this is one thing, how you can connect your HTML with the CSS along with the style. Now we will add some more properties also, right? So we will add some more properties. Let's say for your, even for your paragraph also, you want to add one style. There's some other color you want to give. Let's consider this as a paragraph. Some name you need to provide. So I'm considering it's a paragraph element. So now for this paragraph element, okay, again I will give some other color for this. Okay. Right. And let's go with something, some other color. See, as if now I'm just giving some random colors, okay? Yeah. So just to check if it's working or not. Right. So now I have taken something like a paragraph element. Okay. So for paragraph element, again, if you have to connect here, what you will give, you have to give dot and then give the class name and open and close, and we have this color. Right. So now just move here and check. Okay, we need to first save it properly. Right. So this one you can. So this part is added now. Like this, for all the things you can add. Now you may have a doubt again. You will get one more doubt also. I will explain that as well. But first, let us just go with the basic. Now, next thing is what? Maybe you also want to give some kind of style even for this login button, right? Want to give some style even for the login button. Then what we are supposed to do? Okay. Even for this login button also you can add. Let's consider something like a class equals to button element, right? And for button element also we will give some style now. Okay, as if now I have used only one property which is a color, right? I can do some other things as well, I will tell you. Now for button element, let's say what should be the color? Let's go with the text color now. Always remember, when I am using color, it is representing the text color, not the background color. Okay, we have background color, some other property we have. When I simply use COR, LOR color, it is going to specify the text color. Okay, so now let's assume that the text color will be white. Okay, this is the one I'm considering. Okay, and now if you can observe for the button, right, here we have some background color, yes or no? Here we have some color for this, for the button, green. Okay. Now let's say we want to add. We want to add that part also. So what I will do now? I will take one more property, which is a background color.
అవును 1
Okay.
2
Background color
6
was
7
this one, right? It is looking like this, right?
1
I'm
2
just taking here. Automatically it will show, it will show in the
6
suggestions for you
చెప్పు చెప్పు
whenever you are
2
using
6
this VS Code. Okay. Now this one also added, right? Fine. Up to this, okay, we have added this. Now let's just check this thing. Let's first save it properly. HTML
1
as well as the CSS, save, and then here you can go.
ఓకే
Okay, can you check, right? The background color is added, even the text color you see. The text color is white and the background color is some other color. Okay, but now if you observe this one, this button element is not looking good, right? So we want to change. We want to change. It may be the size, right? All these things. This we want to change. Yes or no? So then we have some other CSS properties as well. We have a lot of properties, right? So out of that, we are going with some other CSS properties. Let's say we want to change the size. Okay. Now you may get one more doubt also, ma'am. Background color, can we add it only for button, or can we add it even for these elements also? Yes, of course, you can add the background color even for these elements. Okay. Let's check. Let's check that as well, and as well as we will try to design this button in a proper way. Okay. So here I am adding the background color. Let's consider this a green in color, right? So which color can be appeared?
Red.
Red. On top of red, does green color looks? I don't think so. Some light colors we can take.
Pink.
Yes. Yeah. So wait, I will choose some light color so that it will be visible. This one I'm taking. Just choosing some random colors, okay? Right. So I have chosen this one. Right, can you see now? Okay. Background color can be added even for these elements. So these are basically known as block level elements. Block elements we say. We have something like inline elements, we have something like a block elements. Okay. So I will explain about those things. So up to this it is clear, right everyone? These blocks. Yeah. Now, next thing is, let's go with designing this button little bit in a proper way. And we want to add some image also. All these things we want to do, right? So first let us try to design this button. Okay. I will remove this colors and all. The background is not looking good. But yeah, it's okay. Not an issue. Just for our practice purpose. But don't design your website like this, okay? Right. So now let's go with this button element. First thing, we want to change the size, right? Here we have some size little bit big. Okay, the size of this button is big, but there it is very less, right? Very small. So now first thing I need to do is I have to design this button. Okay, size I need to change. So if I want to change the size, okay, what I have to do here, I need to add the size. Okay, we have something like a height and width. Okay, for the button, you want to increase the height, you want to increase the width, right? So what we can do? So here I am just specifying like, let's consider it as a what? We'll take it as a So 40 pixel I'm taking. And width, let's give like a 8. Okay. I just added one more property. See, these are all properties of CSS: color, background color, height, width. Okay, lot of font size, lot of things are there. Lot of properties are there. So this is a CSS property. Okay. If you think that I'm going little bit fast, just let me know. But these are like a one-time learning. Only thing you need to concentrate is how to make it look good. Now, can you see the size has been increased, right? So I have changed. This is a height and this is a width. Okay, how much width you want, how much height you want. That also you can decide. Not just for button, even for heading and paragraph also you can add. Height, width, you can add even for those elements also. Okay, right. So now, next thing is, okay, now if you observe here, we have something like this border, right? This border is there and it is so sharp. The border is sharp as well as there is some color, but whereas if you observe for this one, right, there is no color at the end. Right? Nothing is there. This is an empty one. Right here, at the border.
చాలా మంది లైన్ నడుతున్నారు
Giving it as a 0.
1274 peak.
Okay. Now that is removed. Border width. Okay, border width, what it is representing? It is going to represent the line, right? The border is there. That you don't want basically. So when you don't want that, you will keep it as border width with a 0 pixel. Right? Then this border part will be removed. Okay. Now what else you want to add? You also want this we don't want to be the sharp one. Okay, we want something like a some shape should be coming for that, right? So here if you see the login button, it is not totally sharp. There is some radius for this. Yes or no? So now you also want to add that part. Okay, then what you can take here, you can add the border radius will be there. One more property, which is a radius. Okay, so this radius you can give as a 5 or 6 pixel. I'm adding like this. Fine. So I have given like a border radius total 6 pixel. So when you give this border radius, what will happen? Okay, so just run this. Why I am running this? Right? Can you see now some instead of the sharp, all the 4 sides the border is reflected. You can also do one thing. What is it? Like you can the border only left side you want the border, right side you don't want. Okay, or only top you want, down you don't want, bottom you don't want. Like this, whatever the border should be there, those all things you can add it within the CSS. Suppose only top left, top right, like that also we can add. Okay. Here you will have, see, border top right radius, border top left radius, like this. And you see, can you see border top width like this? Yes or no? Now wait a minute. What I will do is, up to this, have you understood everyone? All of you. And this font size also it is looking very less, right? Let us also change the font size. This is how you will design your website. You will just check and you will design it. So now what I will keep here, color property already I added. I also want to add the font size. Okay, the size of the font we want to increase. Okay, let's say we want to keep it as a 20 pixel. Okay, font size. Now you can just observe the change. The size of this particular what the element has been changed, right? Button element. The size has been changed for the text. So here, let me decrease it to 15 pixels. So it has reduced. Fine. Huh? Sir? ఇది తప్పదు.
కూర్చొని మంచి సెటిల్ చేసుకున్నావు ఎట్టు కావాలి అవసరం లేదు కెమెరా
Right. Okay. So see here, this one we have is the button element. Now this one we want it to be like it is looking how very less and like that, right? We want to, let's say we want it to be in the bold format. Okay. Then if you want this particular text to be in the bold, like it should be having it shouldn't be very less, right? So we want to add it. Then what we will use? Tell me. Can anyone tell me what we need to use? Yes, anyone?
Hey boys.
Yes. What I have to use?
Font.
Font? What font? Which font?
Font size.
Boy.
Font size is for size of the text. People, are you listening? Everyone? What I need to use if I want to make it bold? Font weight. Okay? I have to use font weight. Here most of the people will get confused. That's why I have specifically told you. If you have to increase it to bold or something like that, we may think that it is the style or that one. Okay? By assuming like different things, you will assume like that. But it should be the bold one. Okay, font weight, it should be bold. Okay. Clear? Now you can see this login. This part is looking in a bold format rather than it's a normal text. It is looking in the bold. Okay, fine. Not an issue. So I hope this part is clear. And apart from that, from the font, what else we have? Can you tell me? Now you want to change. See, this style is what? Simple. It's a basic style. You want to change that, right? You can go with font family. Yes or no? Font family. Like we have Arial, right? Times New Roman. These things we have, right? Like that. You can change the style of this one. Let's consider some different things I'm doing. So you can directly choose it here. Not an issue. Arial, you can choose Times New Roman like that. If you just choose this automatically, it will apply. Okay, so now this has been changed. Can you see? Right? This has been changed. Let's say for this also we will apply some different one. Parent. So, why did I keep it here? I'll keep it for heading. Right? You can see there is some change in this. Here I will change the bond family. Some different things
ఎటు
can
ఇటుకా
added. You can just choose
ఆపో
what you want to choose. You can just choose it from there. Okay? Clear, all of you? Everyone? Okay. Now what I want, I will
పోం పోం ఎట్లా పోం బైకేనా ఏది స్కూటీయా ఆ భయాన్ని అడుగు పోము
see these three things we have added. Now what I want to do is all these three elements I want to keep in one container. I mean for that if
రేపు
you
రిసెప్షన్
observe
రేపు
here,
నైటా నైటా
here if you see we have something like this thing, right? Yes or no? The background. First we have added these elements, right? Now what I want to do, I want to add this part, and at the end I also want to add the background image. On top of the background image this should come, right? So like this I want to do. So first what I will do, I will try to add this background part. Is it okay, everyone? So see here, what I will do right now is here for the whole thing, I want to add the background. Now you tell me what I'm supposed to do. What I'm supposed to do for that? See, first, I want to consider this whole thing as a container. Can I consider that? See here, ma. This total, all these three elements, I want to consider like a one group. Those all things are one group. For that, I need to add some background. So what I consider now, I will consider this as a, yes, very good, container. So now we have something which is known as a div element. Okay, this div will act as a container. Okay, inside this div, whatever all the styles you want to apply, those things you can add. Now let's consider that for all these three things, I want to add some background color. Right, for all these three elements, I want to add some background color. So how can I add that? I need to assume these total things as one container, as a group, and for that I need to apply some background color. So for that purpose, what I can do is, see, first you have to go to your HTML element first. Fine? You have to go to your HTML element. Now for this HTML element, within the body, how many elements are there? We have H1P button. These three are a separate group now. So for all these three groups, you want to add some background, right? So what you can do now, consider div, something like a div. Very good. So I have considered something like a div here. Okay. And now for this div, within this div, these three elements are there. It's like a container. Now what I will do now here, I will apply some other style for this. Let's consider like a background style. Okay. Only for these elements. Okay, only for these elements, the background style. So the background style I am taking. So I'm giving a class. Every time you have to add some property within the CSS. Okay, some selector you want to add within the CSS, you have to give here is a class. So this is a basic one. So we have ID also, we have other things also, but as of now I'm explaining with a class. Okay. So now I will add one more thing over here, like a background style. Now here, what we will do, let's write the background color. Okay, what should be the background color? So I'm going with this color, right? Now, as soon as you mention here as a background color, okay, wait, I will just tell you once. Okay, is it reflecting directly? Just added it, something like this. Wait a minute, I'll tell you. Okay, here, right? So this is something which we are getting. Okay, so like a background color. Only for these elements we are able to see. Yes or no? All of you. Right? Now, like this you can add. You can add a div element for all these things. I want to apply one style, unique style I want to apply. Then you can directly go to the div and you can apply the style over there. Okay, so that's the only background color we have given. Now let's say I want to reduce the size of it also. Yes or no? I also want to reduce the size because here it is not occupying the entire width, right, of the website. It is not occupying the entire width. It is just occupying very less. So that means in that case, which property I have to use now? Tell me. Width. Yes or no? Height is okay, right? Height also, if you want to change, you can change it. But we have to go for the width. Yes or no? This part from here to here. We need to change the width of the background. It shouldn't occupy the entire width like this. So we want to change it. So if you want to change it, then what we will do? So you have to go for your background style, and here let me also add width. Okay. You can give lot of things here, like a auto. You can give lot of things will be there. So you can just find out there. So let's say I will give like a 120 pixel. Let's check what will happen. I'm giving something like a 120 pixel only. When you directly add, it will occupy the entire width. Okay? But I don't want the entire width. So I want that to occupy only some less. So then can you see here, it has been reflected like this? But it is not good. 120 is not good. We need to increase it. Yes, right. We need to increase it. So we will specify even height also for this. Okay. Let's consider the height to be what? 80. And I will increase the width to 200. Okay, let's check. So wait. Something happened over here. What did I do? Right. Have to increase the height. Okay, this is occupying only this much, right? Wait. Need to increase the width only.
ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఉన్న రోజులు ఎన్ని ఇస్తారు అక్కడ వాళ్ళని అర్జెంట్ రిక్రూట్మెంట్ వాళ్ళకి గిట్ట కావాలంటే కేటీ చేద్దాం లేకపోతే ఆల్రెడీ నువ్వు ఫుల్ స్టాక్ డెవలపరే కదా నీకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు కదా చేసేయాలి ఏం చెప్పకుండా మొన్న మా ఫ్రెండ్ అడ్మిన్ అంటే వాడు దగ్గర ఒక 5 years నుంచి లేకుంది వానికి వన్ సీనియర్ ఎట్లా వర్క్ ఉంటుందో
Let's
ఆ
go
వర్క్
with
గురించి
400. Let's check.
వాళ్ళకు 2% చెప్పారట. 2% చెప్పి 100% వర్క్
It also should be more.
ఇంట్రడక్షన్ చెప్తారు.
Actually, we can increase or decrease it accordingly.
ఎప్పుడు ఆడినట్టు
Okay. Now, can you see something? Little bit it is okay.
అంటే మనకు
But wait.
కొంచెం పక్కా తెలిసినట్టు అంటే దాని మీద ఉండాలి.
Better if I keep it auto.
కొంచెం తెలిసినట్టు ఉండదు. కొంచెం అది కాదు, ఒక కంప్లీట్ కావాలి.
This is going.
ఏదైనా కూడా చేసినట్టు ఉండాలి. రీసెంట్గా డిగ్రీ అయిన వాళ్ళు MBA
How much shall we keep? Shall we keep 600?
భారత్ సీరం వ్యాక్సిన్స్ ఐడియా ఉంటుంది. కోవిడ్ వ్యాక్సిన్ కనిపెట్టిన కంపెనీ దానిలో ఒకటి.
Yes. Okay. Now this is fine. Right? So we got it, but height is more. Let us decrease the height.
రోల్ మనది వేకెన్సీ అవుతుంది.
I'll make it 250.
మెడికల్
Okay, this would be fine, not an issue. So you can reduce it as well. See, like this you can adjust. You can adjust according to your website and all. So this is fine for me now, right? So we have added all these things now. This is okay. Now what I want is next thing. Observe here. I also want to, if you see this total thing, it is not aligned properly, right? See, everything is going totally left, right? Of course, this is okay for us, this is fine, an issue. But for this one, if you see, these all things are going totally towards the left side. Maybe I want to arrange it in the center, or I want to align it like this. Okay, then what am I supposed to do? Right? So for that thing, what we need to do is we can have some properties. Okay, suppose let's say, observe here. Let me first go only with the this part, heading element. Let's say I want this to be coming in the center. Okay, I added like this. One property we have which is like a text align. What I did now, I have aligned it towards the center. Okay, right? I aligned it towards the center. So we have this thing. So now you can see the text is coming towards the center. Okay. Let's say I also want the other things as well. Maybe what I will do, I will take this paragraph element, right? I will add it even here as well. Let's say I will add it even for button notes. Okay, let's check. Done. With this part. Now, see here, what happened? Now tell me what happened. So we have added this part, it is okay, good, right? This is fine, this is also okay. But we added the text align even for button, but is it working for the button?
No.
No. Right. Now tell me what I have to do. Okay, it is not working for button. Right. I need to change this now. What am I supposed to do? So, observe here, whenever you have to work with the button element, little bit you should be careful, because it doesn't come under the block level element. Right.
వచ్చినా మళ్ళీ తెగులు లేదు వెళ్తాను పోయేస్తాం మళ్ళీ వెళ్దాం బ్రో ఇప్పుడు వచ్చిరా పన్నెండుగా వచ్చినాం ఏమో ఇంటికి వచ్చినాం పోతున్నాం అది ఎక్కడ కొట్టులో కొడుతుందా ఆ గుంటాన్ని తీస్తావు నువ్వు అది ముడిగా కాదు అయ్యో మన 90 బాబు 90 బాబు నిన్న సంఖ్య చేస్తుంది నీది కూడా బాగా థమ్స్అప్ తీసుకో చాలు స్ప్రైట్ తీసుకోరా మంచిగా ఉంటుంది స్ప్రైట్ తీసుకో హాఫ్ లీటర్లో కాదు సార్ అరే బాబు లీటర్ పావు తీసుకో లీటరే అడిగితే మనకి ఇట్లా ఇవ్వడాలి మన కాలనీలోకి ఇట్లా నడుచుకోవాలి మనకు చిన్న 15 మంది తీసినావా అక్కడ మూల మీద నడుచుకుంటే సూపర్ ఉంటుంది కమాన్ నడుచుకొని చూడండి బొమ్మ వేసుకోవాలి అది గణపతి నమస్తే కాకా లేదన్నా దానికి ఎంతరా దీనికి ఎంతరాడా జరిగిందా అంటే ఏంటిది నేను ఎవరినేమన్నా ఎవరికి ఏమైనా నీకు ఒక సర్టెన్ టైం జరిగినప్పుడే నీకు తెలుస్తుంది కదా ఆ టైంలో నువ్వు ఊరకంటే
Okay then. Right. So now let's just go ahead with this one. See here, in this we have now we need to also change this button element, but directly when you do like a text align center.